Hi students, welcome back to our online class, and today's lesson, based on our schedule, we are going to learn about writing bright, right? Okay. Today we are going to continue our lesson, unit 5, adjectives and adverbs, okay? And okay, so to begin with, let teacher ask you some questions. Students, who can answer my question? Okay, so what are the topics that we have learned so far, everyone? Let's look at here, okay? Here is the topic that we have learned, okay, in the previous video. So, adjectives, adverbs, locations of adverbs also. How do we use adjectives and how do we use adverbs? And what are the locations of adverbs? Okay, let me tell you. Adjective is used to modify noun or pronoun, right? Example, adjective is used to modify noun. Example, she is a beautiful girl. So, girl is a noun and beautiful is an adjective, right? So, adjective, girls modifies, beautiful modifies girl, right? What about that girl? That girl beautiful. Yeah, so and one more example, adjective is used to modify pronoun, right? Pronoun. So, example, he is handsome. He is handsome. So, handsome is modified to he, right? So, this means handsome here used to modify pronoun he, okay? Adverb. How do we use adverb? Adverb is used to modify verb, adverb, and adjective also. So, example, adverb used to modify verb like she runs fast. Okay, she runs fast. So, run is a verb and fast is an adverb. So, fast is modify verb to make the verb runs become stronger than before. I mean runs fast. Okay, and adverb is used to modify adverb also. So example, we can say she speaks English very fast. So very is modified to fast. Okay, very is an adverb and fast also adverb. Okay. Let's move to locations of adverbs. Location of adverbs. So who can tell me how many locations of adverb have we learned? So there are 3, okay? There are 3 locations of adverb. So the first, adverb can stay in front of the sentences, okay? Can stay in front of the sentence. For example, quietly we walk out of the house. So quietly here in front of the sentence. So remember that you have to add comma after you use adverbs. Quietly, comma. We walk out of the house, okay? So, but when we use with frequency adverbs, like sometimes we don't add comma, okay? We don't add comma. I mean every frequency adverb. For example, sometimes we walk out of the house. So sometimes, after some time, don't add comma at all, okay? One more. Its location is in the middle of the sentence, right? Example, we quietly walk out of the house. So we quietly, so we and quietly here. Quietly here is in the middle of the sentence. So, right, this is one of the location of the adverbs. One more location of adverb. Adverbs is stay behind, right, or the end of the sentence. Okay, so example, we walk out of the house quietly. So quietly here, it functions as an adverb. It stays behind or in the end of the sentence. Okay, now that's all with the review, and let's move on to our topic today. 1. Okay, negative adverbs. So negative adverbs. So how many negative adverbs do you know, everyone? Let me see here. Okay, there are some negative adverbs over here, and Right, some adverbs like never. Never is used negative already in the sentences, right? Example, I never go to school. So this is negative, but it functions as an adverb, okay? Sometimes we use not to make negative, and sometimes we don't use it. But we can use adverbs instead, okay? Never, hardly, okay, and barely, scarcely, and no sooner, and rarely, no longer, and also have more than this, okay? You can see, you may see many negative adverbs in the text or in the magazines or in some books that you have learned, okay? Example, hey, I no longer cook at home. I no longer cook at home over here means before you cook at home, right? But now you not cook, means you don't cook it anymore, okay? So yeah, so no longer make this sentence become negative. So we use negative by we write negative sentence by use adverbs instead of the word not, right? Also we can use not, like okay, so let's look at example letter B. They have seldom, rarely, hardly ever play games. So can be infrequently, okay, infrequently you play games like this. We use okay, so no longer and ever, seldom, rarely, and hardly ever. So these are adverbs, negative adverb, okay? So it's make this sentence become negative sentence, okay? They have seldom, rarely, hardly ever plays game, right? Plays game. So means infrequent, means never infrequent, right? Never played it. Okay, so let's move on to next example. We never late, okay? We never late. So, you know, in this sentence, don't have the word not, right? You know, in a sentence, if you want to make negative, you want to make that sentence become negative, you have to add not in that sentence, right? But today, I would like to tell you that never also can make negative. So you can use this sentence as a negative by using adverb also. We are never late. So never late, okay? So never late means you always on time, right? Example, you go to school, you are never late. So means you always on time at school, okay? Next example, I hardly go out anymore. I hardly go out anymore. So now we never go out, right? But before you go out, right? Before you go out, but now I hardly go out anymore. So mean you don't go anymore, okay? So over here are adverbs, okay? That can make the sentence become negative. E, right? I can barely, yes, I can barely see the mountains through the cloud. Means you cannot see the mountain clearly. You cannot see the mountain because of white. It's covered by cloud. So barely here means not, okay? Not. You can say I cannot, but we not use not. We just use barely instead. So I can barely see the mountains through the cloud. Okay. We got with this. Let's move to next example. It is scarcely. Okay. It is scarcely surprising. Means scarcely surprising when it is not surprising anymore. It is not surprising. By use adverbs instead of not, okay? Last but not least, we in no way like this plant. Okay? We in no way. So in no way means here not. Okay? We in no way like this plant. Right? You got with this? Its means like not. So all of this adverbs are used to, used instead of not, or it's kind of used to make that sentence become a negative. Okay, so before we finish this video, let's teach you sum up what we have learned today. Okay, so today we continue our lesson 5, unit 5, adjectives and adverbs. Okay, from the book Writing Bright. Okay, adjective is used to modify noun and pronoun. Okay, and adverb is used to modify verb, adverb, and adjective also. And this one, locations of adverbs. You know, there are 3 locations of adverbs that we have learned. So the first is adverbs can stay in front of the sentence, but you have to add comma before or after that adverbs. Okay, it is not included with frequency adverb. With frequency adverbs, we don't add comma. Next, it also can stay in the middle of the sentence. Okay, of the sentence. So, example, we quietly ran out of the school, right? So, quietly here in the middle of the sentence. And one more locations of adverbs, it is in the end of the sentence. Okay, example, we ran out of the school quietly. So, quietly it functions as an adverb and it stays behind, right, or the end of the sentence. And negative adverbs. Negative adverb we use in a sentence to make that sentence become negative. Okay, and some words, like never, hardly ever, right, hardly, and barely, scarcely, and no sooner, rarely, no longer. All of these words are used to make negative in sentences. Okay. Example A. I no longer cook at home. Cook at home. So mean that no longer. No longer means you no longer cook it at home. Means you before you cook at home, but now no longer. You can also, I no longer study at school, right? Because of COVID-19. Okay, we can say like this. And anything else? Like seldom, rarely, hardly ever played game. So over here, this adverbs are used to make this sentence become negative. As I told you, there are many adverbs that can make negative that sometimes you already see it before. Okay, you already saw it before. You in our book or in the magazine or in the text that you have read. Okay, read, right? So you know, never over here also can make negative, and hardly, barely, and scarcely, and in no way. This, I think, this phrase is new, something new for you that you just learned today. I know that. We in no way like this plan. So it means that we don't like this plan. Okay. Now, teacher hope that you guys understand, and you can use negative adverbs in a sentence. That is the end of our video, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.